ladies and gentlemen. You know the song, you know what that means? That means it is the weekend, and as always, it is time for the James Freel Show. I'm your host, James Freel, and as always, I'm very happy to have you with me the way I say it every week. We got an okay show coming up for you. I'm looking forward to it. It's been a crazy week. It's week I officially switched over lifestyles in terms of entering my final semester of school. And then I'll be working until I retire. Hopefully, I never experience a spell of unemployment. That would be unfortunate. At this point, I'm just sort of rambling so that the song stops, so that I can, get ahead to the news. I should really consider shortening this song. And you know what? The other day, I was thinking about maybe changing this song, but I have so much momentum with it. I've just done it. I feel like if I were to change the song, I might, I don't know, I might feel less obligated to keep this show up. Anyway, not a bootleg week. I know it's become more common than not to do this bootleg style, but you win some, you lose some. I had let someone borrow this interface, and you guys remember David Campbell? He was on the show. He's got something going on. I've helped him edit it together, and I let him use this interface, and turns out it worked all right for him. And I actually answered one of his editing questions this week, and I also saw him. I don't know if it was earlier this week or the previous week. I think it would have been. I can look through my text conversations and figure it out. Hold on. It was a Thursday. Okay, so no, it would have been. It would have been the day before. Anyway, I would have, but I don't think I mentioned it. I was really, really hooked on Red Dead Redemption 2. He had shown up, and yeah, that's right, because last week's episode was horrible. I was just me watching football with the tape recorder. Um, anyway, let's get into the news for the uninformed. On Tuesday, the President of the United States addressed the entire nation regarding this government shutdown and insisting that he will not sign anything reopening the government unless it involves $5.7 billion for a border wall. Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi voiced their opposition to it and said that a wall is unnecessary and unaffordable or something like that. I don't know. That's sort of what the argument is going back and forth. I wonder. I think that, yeah, it seems like the word on the street is that Trump's gonna declare a state of emergency to hold on, move this wire out of the way because I hate that noise in the background. I hate that. So Trump's going to declare a state of emergency to build the wall, and then the other side is going to do what they can. It'll get blocked by the courts, and so it might be like a victory kind of, but not really. It'll be Trump's way of showing that he does care about the wall. I don't know. This is why I don't get into politics, because I'm stupid. Alright, in sports, last week was Wild Card Weekend. The Colts defeated the Texans, which was interesting. I think I probably mentioned that last week. The Cowboys defeated the Seahawks. I'm doing this by memory. I don't have the paper in front of me. Oh, come on. You need to know this. Oh, yeah. The Chargers defeated the Ravens. And the Cowboy... not the... I already said that. And the Eagles defeated the Bears. And that was a heck of a game. I feel bad for that kicker. Yeah, the ball got tipped. So y'all need to chill and stop giving him crap for it. Anyway. And let's see. Top pop culture news today. This segment really isn't serving its purpose. But, yeah, it seems like Instagram is a big deal. What's this about Hamilton? Today's Hamilton. That doesn't help me. Love Netflix one day. I don't know. Bird Box is a big deal. I feel like that was kind of 2 weeks ago's news. What's going on over on the NBC? Resurfaced tweet from Green Book writer on debunked claims about 9/11 backlash. I don't know. Louis C.K. his comedy leaked. I don't know if I mentioned that last week. I barely remember doing last week's show. Yeah, so pretty lousy episode week for News for the Uninformed, but I digress. Okay, so my week was all right. All night classes, and I really only do it Monday through Thursday. I work 9 to 5 Monday, Tuesday just have one class. I have a night class after my 9 to 5 on Monday. Just one class Tuesday, work 9 to 5 again Wednesday, followed by a night class. And then Thursday, I have a class during the day and a class at night. So it's definitely it may not sound like a lot, but each class is pretty difficult. I'm used to doing a couple of tough classes accompanied by a class that isn't as big of a deal. In this class, they're all tough. So this semester, they're all tough. I did a few phone interviews this week. Well, really not this week. Today, I've kind of just given up on that one I did a few weeks ago. I need to stay closer to the mic. Otherwise, what's the point of me having this microphone? Might as well just be doing the bootleg style. Anyway. Yeah, this episode's gonna be a loss, and last week was a loss. So I was like 2-0-2, I think. So I'm gonna be 2-2-2 after this. Woohoo! I've already written it off. I'm only 7 minutes in. It's not gonna be a good episode. Maybe I can turn it into one. Who knows? I got some water right here. And when you talk about cringe things people put on the internet, I think I just made it. Talking about what I got right here. You ever see that Cool Cat thing? That show Cool Cat? And this the creator of it, I think it was David Savage or something. He filed a bunch of copyright takedowns. And he did a video justifying why he took said videos down. And I'm over here just, thinking like, I bet, I'm thinking of the video that he did when he justified it and how it was much better than what I do here. And just how cringy it really was, and yet somehow it was still better. And I think the key to it was his charisma. He was very charismatic about what he was talking about. And at the same time, I'm not exactly sure whether or not he believed that what he was doing was correct. I don't know. Tell you what, so I am back on the workout horse. Oh, I got stories. I got a story I can tell. So, it must have been Wednesday. Yeah, it was Wednesday. I get up, and I'm working out 5 days a week. And on the days I'm not working out, I'm doing a sauna. Because my school does have a sauna. And I go to the locker room, and this is about 8 in the morning. The gym is not open, but the locker rooms are a separate facility. The gym is not responsible for them. So, I go there, it's always left open, and so is the sauna. And the way that the sauna works, it takes a while to heat up. And I went on Monday, and no, this was the previous. No, this was the only day. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. So, it takes a while for it to heat up. So what I always do is before I change into just a towel, because that's the way a sauna is supposed to be experienced, I turn it on and let it heat up a little bit while I'm changing. Again, it's very early in the morning. And as I go to turn it on, there's this little timer. It's kind of like one of those old analog timer kits. And I hit it, and I hear this faintly in the background. I hear, "Bruh, hold on. Bruh, hold on. Bruh, hold on." And I hear it, but it's not very loud. And I'm thinking that must be maybe someone else is in the bathroom here, because you walk in, you to the left of you are the lockers, in front of you is the bathroom, and in between that V is where the sauna is, and it's got a very small door. It's like a closet. And I just hear, "Brah, hold on. Brah, hold on. Brah, hold on." And I have no clue where this noise is coming from. And it doesn't really cross my mind because it's so faint. I just assume there's showers. Maybe it was someone there. But as I go to change, I think, I don't know. I don't see anyone else in here. What could that have been? And so I go back to the sauna, and I'm about to open it, and I just hear, "Bruh, hold on," again. And then I open it, and there's this person sitting there in the dark, fully clothed. Well, not fully. He's got a hoodie on, long pants. He's not in there for a sauna, basically, and he definitely wasn't because it was off. And the most disturbing part of this was that his pants weren't down. Well, they were. They were around his knees. But he was sitting down, so I didn't see any awkward areas. And I'm just shocked by the situation because I was like, "Oh, there's someone in here. What are they doing? It's 8 in the morning. And they're not dressed for it." And then all of a sudden, I tell him, I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to use the sauna. I just turned it on." And there's this awkward pause, and he just says, "Bruh, hold on." So I just closed the door and I leave the locker room because I'm just so dumbfounded by the situation. And he tells, later I ran into him and he said he was changing. He's just like, "Bro, I'm sorry about earlier. I was just changing." But he had his smartphone in one hand and his pants down around his knees and sitting in a position. And I'm not going to comment any more about that, but I'm kind of convinced, or at least it's my interpretation. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. And if that person ever happens to listen to this and wants to argue their case, I am happy to have them on. I doubt either of those things are true or plausible, but I am convinced that he was not just changing, and I will leave it at that. So that was a major event of this week. But so he leaves, and I go back in. And I go to turn it on, and then I walk in, and the sauna is not heating up. And that kind of bums me out because, I don't know what it is about saunas. They just feel extremely. When you leave, first off, what I'm amazed by is like when I'm in a hot car or a hot bus, I am miserable. I hate it. But being in a sauna, it's like relaxing, and I don't really see what the difference is. I guess just because you expect it. I don't know. I really don't. I don't know. But anyway, so it wasn't working, and my mind goes straight to, well, I guess that it was a fun train ride when you had it. I mean, it was a fun gravy train while it was there. Um, that was an unnecessary sound, totally unnecessary. Um, anyway, so because I worked in a hospital before, that in a maintenance department. Not really maintenance, but facilities where like we get tickets where we're told to show up to fix something. And I can tell you, I mean, even at a hospital, well, no, ours did pretty well, but as far as like facilities go, I know that they really don't show up that quickly to stuff. And this is one of the best hospitals in the nation. And if their facilities is subpar, I can only imagine that a failing community college's their rate of repairing something is not going to be great. So I go into the gym and I tell the two people, hey, just wanted to let you guys know. Well, at first I asked them, like, hey, are you guys responsible for the locker room? No, I didn't ask that. I said, do you guys know who is, or are you? And they are not. They don't lock them or close them every day. And they say, no, that's probably facilities. And I am very surprised. Apparently, they said they would report it, and they said if I report it, that would probably help also. And I wanted to, but I never found out how to contact them. But the following day, I was in the gym, in the locker room, because I was planning not using the sauna because I knew it didn't work. I tested it, and it still wasn't working. But I I changed in there the same to use the gym for the elliptical because, like I said, I'm back on the horse with that. And it's not easy, but it's getting done. So, yeah, this is a bad episode. I mean, that was a decent story, but anyway, I'm in there changing, and all of a sudden these two guys walk in, and I had turned on the sauna, and it ticks, tick, 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 and the two guys, one guy gets underneath the heater and is looking. I'm like, oh, are you guys here to fix the sauna? Because I was just so stoked. I was so surprised that they actually responded to it. I had no idea, and it so quickly. And one guy's just sort of there, and he's like, yeah. And then the other dude, who's underneath it, is like, is the sauna on? And the dude's like, well, I don't know, the light's on. And I'm like, yeah, it's on. I just turned it on to test it to see if it was still working. I was the one who reported it. And I was so stoked, and they're just like, okay. And I was like, you know what? That's a good sign that I should probably leave. But I will defend my actions for one reason, and that is because I was giving them relevant information that they did not have. I wasn't over their shoulder. I wasn't trying to tell them how to do their job. I was giving them relevant information that they did not have. He said, I don't know, this light's on. And I don't know if that's right or not. So I let them know that it was on. And they fixed it. And I am ever so grateful because I used it today after my workout. I was only able to get about 25. I normally like to do 30 minutes on the elliptical, but I was only able to do 25 because they were closing at 3. They said before that they were staying open till 4. They lied to me. Oh well, you win some, you lose some. Alright, another thing. I'm in this programmable logic controllers course. It's a night class. It meets on Wednesdays. And there is someone in that class who really, really annoys me. And not just me, it's everyone. He's the kind of student who just has to comment on every single thing. And he has to ask really complicated questions that I'm sure in his mind makes everyone think, oh my goodness, look how smart that kid is. Look how that guy's a genius. What's he doing here in this class? He's just so smart. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We can't compete with this guy. He must be getting A's every week. Every week. I mean, he probably has a 4.0. I don't know. And when really, like, he's talking and the rest of our class is just staring at each other like, can you believe this guy? Like, we're like, oh my goodness. We left the class, and this one guy who I've known for a few semesters is just like, he's very chill and very mellow. And he's just like, man, I've never wanted to punch someone in my life before, but that guy, I'm thinking, I texted my better half. I'm like, if I don't wind up strangling this guy before the end of the semester, it'll be a miracle. And I don't really mean that. I'm not actually wanting to cause him physical harm, but I do want him to shut up. But the other problem is I don't want to be mean to him, because he definitely has that school shooter look. And if he just comes in, if there's ever a day where he doesn't show up, that's going to make me nervous. It's like, oh, I'm waiting for the whole class to be there. And I am not seated in a good position to stay safe in that scenario. So on that cheery note, moving on. All right, what am I at? 21 minutes. Okay, all right. I can make this through. Yeah, this is still gonna go down as an L. This is gonna be. I didn't know that was a Fortnite thing. I've never played Fortnite. I could not tell you it if I saw someone playing it. I'm not entirely sure how it is. I guess the one thing I heard from somebody is they told me it's a third person shooter. Oh well. After this, I'm definitely getting me some Red Dead Redemption 2. That's what I'm playing. The game is getting really good. Apparently, it's a prequel because I did not play the first one, and I looked up the story, and I started the story, and you know, it is what it is. I mean, I wonder if I'll be able to. It's very unlikely that I'd be able to play it as a sequel of the first one. And the other thing is, like, this game has just gotten so complicated and so entertaining that I find it very implausible that, you know, that I could play it and it'd be just as entertaining. So another big thing that happened just this morning that I found out about it happened last night though. It looks like the Bengals have their next new head coach. And now it's really starting to hit me that Marvin Lewis is going to be gone. That's a really tough pill for me to swallow. And the reason why it sort of just bums me out, I mean, for one, I'm going to miss him. You know, I'm going to miss him. He's the only coach I've ever known. When I became a football fan, Marvin Lewis was the head coach. No one else. I don't recall ever hearing in my life head coach other than Marvin Lewis. That's my team, you know? I mean, yeah, sometimes I'm not the best fan in the world. I root for other teams sometimes, but at the heart of hearts, I mean, if you ask me, well, who are you a fan of? I'm going to say the Bengals. They're my team, no matter what. No matter what. And I just, I don't know. I don't know. And the other big thing is that it just makes me feel old. You know, this is going to be loud for a second. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, I feel old. You know, for that reason. He's been here 16 years. How old was I? I'm 24 right now. I was 8 years old when they hired him. Wow, time flies. Time sure flies. Where does it go? Where does it go? 24 minutes in, alright. So anyway, they got this new coach. And you know what? I just want to say, I don't know what's going to happen to this. You can come back and listen to this, James. Whenever, if you want to hear what your opinion is when he's hired. I saw this tweet that I want to read. It says, they fired Marvin. They didn't give the gig to Hugh. They looked outside. They're taking a risk. These are good things. I have no idea if they got it right, neither does anyone else. But I'm a hell of a lot more interested in the Bengals today than I've been in the past 3 years. I think it was a good decision. No, Uh, I'm hoping it goes well. And this guy's young. He was the offensive coordinator at the University of Cincinnati in 2016. I don't know if that actually affected. I don't know if it affected his chances of being hired. Yeah. Anyway. I need a pet if you're. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna read that. Okay, I'm not gonna read that either. Linebacker. Dolphins expected to hire Patriots linebacker coach as head coach. Yeah, but you know what? I gotta say, it's a good weekend because there are 8 teams left. We got the Colts. We got the Chargers. We got the Patriots. We got the Chiefs. And over in the NFC, we've got the Saints. We've got the Rams. We've got the Cowboys. And we've got the Eagles. I want to give my prediction for Super Bowl 53. Right now, if I had to pick, I don't know, the AFC's tough. It's tough because the Patriots are always just so magic when it comes to the playoffs, especially when they get a bye week. They never do well when they don't get that bye week. Do I think... Okay, let's take this game at a time. Chiefs versus Colts. That's going to be a good one. And I think the Chiefs are going to win. I'm rooting for the Colts in it because I like the Colts. If the Bengals were to move, I think I would convert to being a Colts fan. You see, back I am being trying to be all emotional about, oh, I love the Bengals. And then I say, oh, if they ever moved, I'd become a Colts fan. Anyway, that was the first Super Bowl I ever witnessed. And if I believe correctly, I was actually cheering for the Bears at the time. So, yeah, do with that information what you will. Pretty much undermined my whole credibility. I think the Chiefs are going to win that one. And then the Chargers versus the Patriots. I don't know. My gut tells me the Patriots. No, my gut tells me the Chargers, but my head tells me the Patriots. I don't know. The Chargers are looking hot this year. I think the Patriots are going to do their thing, and it's going to be a Patriots versus Kansas City AFC Championship game. Over on the other side, I do think the Saints will take care of the Eagles. And as much as I would love to see the Cowboys beat the Rams, I don't think it's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong because I would love that. And I don't know. Oh, this just in. The Bengals are firing Hugh Jackson, which that raises my respect for Mike Brown. Because it would seem rude to hire this new guy with this other guy around and be like, oh, just in case you don't work out, we've got our backup plan in place. That seems a little disrespectful. I don't know. In other talk, I'm trying to grow a beard. I don't think it's gonna work. Of course, I've only waited like it's only been almost 2 weeks, and it's definitely the longest it's ever been. But it's just so patchy. I'm gonna let it go 3 months and see how it looks, and if it still looks lost, then I'm gonna get rid of it. But who knows? We'll see. I'll keep that updated for you because I know there are tons of people out there who want to listen to it. I'm probably just as interesting as that guy in my class who won't shut up. So yeah. Alright, that's going to be the podcast for this week. Thank you so much for listening, if anyone out there did. Go Cowboys, go Colts. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Divisional weekend. NFL football, let's go.